Hello students, myself Suresh VS. Welcome back to my channel. Let us continue the lesson Ranga's marriage by Masti Venkatesh Iyengar. So please take page number 19, paragraph 4. In the last class we have seen that the narrator and Ranga were talking about marriage. According to Ranga, a man must marry a mature girl, otherwise he must remain unmarried or as a bachelor. So immediately the narrator asked him, was there any other reason for him not getting married? Yes, Ranga had certain reasons. Let us see that. According to him, a man should marry a girl he admires. So he says that if a man gets married, he must marry a girl whom he praises or regards with respect. What we have now are arranged marriages. How can one admire a girl with milk stain on one side of her face and wetness on the other? That's his question. Nowadays, everywhere you can see arranged marriages. So, how can a person admires or praises a girl with milk stain, milk mark on one side of her face and wetness on the other side? Milk stain means a girl who drinks milk, and wetness on other side means a girl who cries. That means the girl is too young. So how can a person admires a girl who is too young or so young that she does not even know how to bite her fingers? A girl who is too young that she doesn't know how to bite her fingers, that means she is so shy. But she does not know even the shyness. She does not know how to bite her fingers. That means a girl without the feelings. She could not understand the feelings. So immediately the narrator said, one a new fruit, the other a bitter gourd. Yes, one a new fruit and another is a bitter gourd. That means both are bitter. So that means one problem that leads to another problem. Exactly. Ranga said, laughing. I was distressed that the boy who I thought would make a good husband had decided to remain a bachelor. Now the narrator was really distressed, unhappy. Why? What was the reason for his unhappiness? Because he thought that Ranga would make a good husband, but he is going to remain as a, bachelor. After chatting for little longer, so after talking for a few minutes and afterwards Ranga left the place. So that time the narrator made up his mind. That means he determined. He had taken a decision, a firm decision. What was the decision taken by him? That I would get him married. He thought that he would get Ranga married at any cost. Ram Rao's niece, a pretty girl of 11, had come to stay with him. So here a new character comes, or a new character is introduced, that is Ram Rao's niece, an 11 years old girl who comes to stay with Ram Rao. And you see that she was from a big town, so she knew how to play the veena and the harmonium. And you see that until then she lived in a big town, so she had learned playing veena and harmonium. Not only that, she had a very sweet voice also. She was very good at singing. And both her parents had died and her uncle had brought her home. So why did she come to village? The reason was that both her parents were dead. So her uncle Ram Rao brought her to his house in the village. Ranga was just the boy for her. So the narrator, he decided, yes, Ranga is the suitable boy for this girl. And she the most suitable bride for him. And he thought that this girl should be the most suitable bride for, Ranga also. That means he thought both of them would make a good pair or a great pair. Since I was a frequent visitor to Ram Rao's place, the girl was quite free with me. See, the narrator was a frequent visitor, of the house of Ram Rao. As a result of that, what happened? the girl became so familiar with him. I completely forgot to mention her name. Oh, I forgot to tell you the name of the girl. Her name is Ratna. It was. The very next morning, he went to the house of Ranga and told it to his wife. I will send some buttermilk for you. Ask Ratna to fetch it. So the narrator had a plan to send buttermilk. So he wanted to send buttermilk for the family. So he asked Ram Rao's wife to send Ratna to his house. Actually, he had certain planning in his mind. Let us see what it was. So as he had asked, Ratna came to his house and it was a Friday. He remembers the day also. So she was wearing a grand sari and she was wearing a very fine, a beautiful sari. And the narrator told her to sit down. And not only that, he asked her to sing a beautiful song. At that time, he sent someone to call Ranga to the house. While she was singing the song Krishnamurti, a Carnatic song, while she was singing this song Krishnamurti, who reached there, and it happened in front of his eyes, that is in front of the narrator. She was going on singing a song. That time, Ranga reached the door. He stopped at the threshold. Threshold means bottom of the doorway. So, but Ranga did not enter the house. He stopped there at the threshold or bottom of the doorway. He did not want the singing to stop. Why didn't he enter the house? Because he thought that if he could enter, surely the girl would stop singing. So he did not want to stop the singing. And at the same time, he was curious to see the singer. He was very much anxious to know who was the singer. So carefully he peeped in. Peeped in means looked in. Very carefully, cautiously, he looked inside. The light coming into the room was blocked. When he looked inside, suddenly you see the light coming to the room was blocked. So Ratna understood that somebody was there at the door. So she stopped her singing abruptly. Abruptly means suddenly. Suppose you buy the best quality mango. This situation the narrator compares this situation to an incident. Suppose you purchase a very sweet mango and a quality mango, and what do? You eat it slowly. Surely we will try to eat it slowly and savoring its peel. First of all, we will eat the outer part of the mango. That means you will taste. Savoring means tasting the outer covering of the mango before biting into the fresh juice and before coming into the juicy flesh. First of all, you will eat the outer part of the mango. You do not want to waste any part of it. Surely we will eat the whole part of the mango, and before you take another bite. So suppose before you take another bite of the mango, the fruit slips from your hand and falls to the ground. What would be your feeling? The Ranga's face showed the same disappointment, unhappiness when the singing was stopped. You sent for me? He asked as he came in and sat on chair. So he entered the house and asked to the narrator, "Did you send for me? Do you want to talk to me?" Ratna stood at a distance, her head lowered. So that time Ratna was standing at a distance and her head lowered. That means she was so shy. So she kept her head down. Ranga repeatedly glanced at her. Ranga was continuously looking at her. Once our eyes met and he looked very embarrassed. But in between, the narrator's as well as Ranga's eyes met each other. That time he became embarrassed, confused what to do, because he understood that the narrator was noticing him. And no one spoke for a long while. There was complete silence in the room. It was my coming that stopped the singing. Let me leave. So Ranga broke the silence and said, "Oh, it was my coming that stopped the singing. Let me go from here." Words, mere words. These were only words, mere words, only words. The fellow said he would leave but did not make a move. Ranga said that he would leave the place but he did not make a move. He did not move, not even an inch. How can one expect words to match actions in these days of Kali Yuga? So the narrator is asking, how can we expect? That is, no one can expect the words matching with the actions in this time of Kali Yuga. Ranga ran inside, overcome by shyness. So immediately the girl ran inside. She was really shy. After a while, Ranga asked her. So after some time, Ranga asked her, who is that girl, Swami? So he wanted to know. So he asked to the narrator, who is that inside? Who is that girl inside? So immediately the narrator, you see that he compares this situation with a story. He says that the lion wanted to know. A lion asked to a he-goat who had taken shelter in a temple, who is inside? Then he-goat replied, does it matter who I am? Is it important to know who I am? I am a poor animal who has already eaten 9 lions. So he-goat said, he had already eaten 9 lions and looking for the 10th one. Are you a male or a female? See, the lion was frightened and it fled from the place. Fled means ran from the place. Like the he-goat, he said. So the narrator said, here the narrator is a he-goat and Ranga is the lion. Same like the he-goat, what does it matter to either of us who she is? So it doesn't bother us whom she may be or what is the need to know who she was. I am already married and you are not the married kind. I am already married and you don't intend to, marry soon. So what is the necessity to know who she is? Very hopefully he asked her. So with great expectation he asked again, she is not married then? So he wanted to know. His voice did not betray his excitement. And actually his voice did not show that, betray his excitement. But I know it was there. You see that? He was trying to hide his excitement. But the narrator really understood that what was there. It was quite evident that he was really excited to know whether the girl was married or not. She was married a year ago. Then the narrator said, yes, the girl was married 1 year ago. His face shriveled like a roasted brinjal. Roasted means cooked. Immediately Ranga's face, shriveled. Shriveled means wrinkled or withered, like a cooked brinjal. You can see that outer part of the brinjal after cooking, how does it will look. How does it will look? And same way, immediately his face appearance had changed. After a while, Ranga left saying, after a while he left the place telling that he had some urgent work at home. Now, the narrator went to Shastri's house the next morning and he told him to keep everything ready to read the stars. So he was making some plans or arrangements. As a part of that, he went to Shastri's house and told him to make everything ready to read the stars. And I will come later. I tutored him in all that I wanted him to say. Then the narrator had given him a training, trained him. So whatever the things he had to speak to Ranga, and such a training was given to him. I found no change in Ranga when I met him that afternoon. So that day afternoon he met Ranga, but he could not see any change in him. What is the matter? You seem to be lost in thought, I said. Then I asked him, the narrator asked him, what is the matter? You look really confused and worried. What happened to you? You are really thinking about something. Nothing's wrong, believe me. He said, nothing wrong. I have no problem and you just believe me. Headache? Do you have a headache? And come, let us go and see a doctor. So the narrator, he has called him or asked him to go with him to see a doctor. I have no headache, I am my usual self. So Ranga said, okay, I have no problem. I don't have any headache at all. I am usual. I am all right. I went through the same thing when the process of choosing a girl for me was going on. But I did not think that that could be a reason for your present condition. The narrator said, I too had the same problem when the time had come to choose a girl for me. But I think you could be, it won't be the reason for your, yes, the present condition. Ranga stared at me. He looked continuously at the narrator. Come, let us go and see Shastri, I suggested. So he suggested him to go with him to meet Shastri. We will find out whether Guru and Shani are favorable for you or not. We will go and see whether this Guru and Shani are auspicious for you. We will go to Shastri and find out it. Ranga accompanied him without any complaint, without any protest. As soon as Shastri saw him, he said, "What is surprise, Shyam? Haven't you seen for a long time?" What is surprise, Shyam? Haven't you seen for a long time? You see, here we get the name of the narrator. His name is Shyam. So, he has not been there for a long time. Actually, that day, morning only, both of them met. But he lied. Shyam is none other than your servant, the narrator of this tale. Okay? Shyam is none other than your servant, a reader, your servant. Okay? The narrator of this story. Dear students, we will see what happened there. That we will discuss in the next video. So please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thank you.